Then there is another Festum Varadinum taking place in the city, in the fortress. There are some conferences. Then we celebrated the Europe Day on the 10th of May. And the Special Olympics National Games. In June, there was the festival, the Children's Festival, and then another Unchained FinTech Festival. Then for those interested in sports, there was the Arabs X-Men Romania. Then it was the San Ladislau Days. This is Romanian. I mean, in Oradea, there is a big community of Hungarian people. So it's San Ladislau is their person. Then there was Sounds of Oradea Festival in June with a lot of with many many important personalities in this yeah, the agenda was Angela Gheorghiu, which is one of the best singers. It's not only in Romania, it's international one. So a lot of, as I said, a lot of events taking on. Then in July, it was the Medieval Festival I just showed you, and Elia also was is aware of it. Then it was the beach volleyball tournament. This was also very, very nice. It was organized the sand right in the city center, so everybody could see it. In August, there will be the summer film, meaning that in the fortress there will be summer projection, the film projection in the taking place in the fortress. The Flower Carnival. Then in September will be some other kind of festivals. TIFF, the movie festival. Then Oradea Festival, meaning this is the so to say the city's, the Oradea's birthday, and many activities take place. Okay, there will be Andrea Bocelli in concert in November in Oradea, so it's a very big concert. The tickets were sold out in like half a day. So and in December there is the Nouveau Year party, the New Year's Eve that takes place in the city center. So many a lot of activities, and I think for a small going on. So I would just like to end the presentation to say that in Oradea we can see it's an attractive destination for tourists and for foreign investors. It's a green city where visitors can enjoy a slow living pace. It's the city of youth and festivals. It's also a big university city center. They can admire Art Nouveau architecture, and you can also see snapshots of the city from the past. And I can say it's a renewed city of the future. It also, I think it's a very good the interaction between the people and the tourists and the people. Very friendly atmosphere. Almost everyone would be excited or thrilled to help you if you are in the streets of Oradea asking for help or asking for a thing or another. I think this would be all. So I would like to thank you for your patience. I hope it was worth and not very boring. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Amalia, for your amazing presentation. I don't think so if your presentation is boring. No. I guess all of the participants here agree with me because all of your material is really, really give us new knowledge, especially about the responsible tourism who implemented in Oradea. Okay, now we can enter the discussion session. Please, for all the participants who want to ask more about maybe responsible tourism or maybe about Oradea, you can ask with maybe write in the chat box, or maybe you can raise your hand and ask directly. Okay. Okay, Amalia. While we are waiting the question, okay. This is one question for you from Abid. Yeah. Wait. I will try to. Oh, okay. Abid is try to raise hand. Maybe Abid, you can talk directly right now.
Yeah. Is my sound audible?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to deliver a question. Thank you for the insightful presentation, Dr. Sturza. Given Ordia's rich and diverse cultural heritage, including its historic site like State Theater, like Eagle Palace, the fortress, etc., and its traditional practices, uh, I wonder what are the multifaceted challenges associated with preserving cultural and historical heritage in the face of rapid modernity, globalization, and environmental change, and how do these challenges impact different aspects of heritage preservation, including cultural continuity and community engagement? I think that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Abid. Thank you. Yeah, I think Radia is quite lucky from one point of view that the municipality I mean there are the national regulations that you cannot change. If it's a heritage site or if it's a heritage building, you cannot change its aspect. You cannot change the exterior, the facade, anything about it. Yeah? So I have many acquaintances who have bought, I don't know, or rented a place somewhere in the city center, and they want to rehabilitate it because it's old. So they have to keep the wooden windows, or they want to change them because they are old. They have to make them wooden as it was before. The facade, they have to keep everything as it was before. So they have the right to redo it, to redecorate it, but just keep and have all the features that they used to be. So this is one aspect that the state is regulated by state. And Orada is also, it promotes this, and the municipality is also helping this. For example, we also have some old buildings in the city center, that are inhabited by people who simply cannot afford to redo the facade. And the municipality, they would be like, they will give them 5 years, and they will give them a 5 years a loan, bank loan, the money from the municipality, so they can redo the facade, and after they can pay back the money, after 5 years or something. But if they don't do it, if they don't, get this help or try to get this, they will have to pay 5 times more tax. So this is one aspect that it's been, some people, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in many parts of Romania. So Rada is one, so to say, pioneer. And it was at the first, it was not considered a very friendly approach, so to say. But in the time, people got to understand that this is, it's the city center. You cannot leave it, just to decay, and you cannot leave it, all the buildings to collapse. So if you choose to have your building there, or if you choose to live there, you must obey, and you must to redo it in the terms established by the community. So yeah, I think we're doing an okay job so far. I hope it answered your question partly.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Sturza. I hope to visit the city of Oradia one day.
That would be very nice. I wish you did that. I hope, and who knows, maybe, you know, we have a good collaboration with Negeri Malang, with the university, and there are the Erasmus funds. So maybe we can take advantage of those in the future.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, Abid. Thank you, Amalia. And then we have second question came from Elaine. Hello, kindly make me anonymous. Beautiful Oradea. Thanks for the insight. My query is, what aspect in tourism promote positive interaction between tourists and local community? Are there instances where negative interaction arise? Thank you.
Okay, let me. So it's written here, the question now. So it was just for you, Elia. It's not here. No, it's not in the chat.
Okay, I will try to copy it and I send to you.
Yeah, please, if you can keep it here,
Okay.
because I would like to see the exact question if I can.
Yes, wait for a while, Amalia.
Yeah, sure. Just
Okay, do you get it?
okay.
My
Yeah,
message?
yeah.
Okay.
So beautiful. Thanks for the insights. My query is, what aspect is in tourism promotes positive interaction between tourists and local communities, and are the instances where negative interactions arise? Okay, so I think, yeah, the positive interactions between there are many positive interactions between, I mean, just speaking and talking to tourists who came to Oradea, many professors from other universities, never have I been told that people would not you know, nice or able to speak, even those who don't speak English very well, because Romania is not an English, you know, it's a Romanian speaking country. It's a Latin, so French mostly. You know, my parents, my grandparents, I used to learn French in school, so probably the language barrier would be one thing. But even so, the people, you know, the young ones, if they speak English, there will be no problem. But even the older ones, you know, if you go to the kiosk to buy a ticket, for example, a bus ticket or something, they will help you. They will try to help, and if they cannot, they will ask another one. So the interaction, I mean, the approach is very easy, and we are friendly people in this part of Romania, especially Transylvania. They are considered very friendly people. So, but so the aspect of tourism that promotes this positive interaction would be, there are many, as I said, many cultural activities, many concerts. Oradea now is trying to attract other, you know, people from other cities from around, because next to Oradea there is Cluj-Napoca, which is more famous, and it's a traditional university city. So now we're like, you know, it's a competition between these cities, of course. You know, we're trying to attract people to come to Oradea to become this touristic destination, as we see it. To Oradea, you know, it's a huge, you know, not many probably cities or towns would be able to bring such a person to your city. So all these events, I think they are trying. There is a very the attitude, you know, is the one that people are happy. You know, they like what they see, and they are interested in coming more and doing more. And of course, I think for Oradea is important, and it's growing in this aspect. And the negative interactions, I don't know, as I'm not aware of those. You know, probably there are, because I just had one friend, one teacher coming from Istanbul to Oradea, and you know, she was so surprised to see how calm and beautiful the city is, and comparing it to Istanbul, which is you know, it's a hub, it's a touristic hub, you know. So if you want, So she was saying that, she doesn't want many people to hear about Oradea because she prefers it like this, she prefers it to be a smaller city, not very big, not too many tourists, because together with tourism and with a lot of tourists come the negative aspects too. It gets crowded, people will stay in traffic more, so probably the inhabitants, people from Oradea won't be that happy to be, in a crowd of 1 hour and a half because of who is coming, So I think, yeah, together with the tourism, or you have to keep a balance between these two. Okay. I think there is another question here.
Okay, Elaine say thank you so much for your answer, Amalia.
You're welcome.
And regarding with the Elaine question, maybe I want to ask you about the negative side, of
Mhm.
tourism, because in Indonesia, especially, in Bali, because a lot of tourists come to Bali, they was lost their identity because what is it? They try to being foreign,
Yeah.
not really pride with the local culture anymore, and then they try to be modern. And maybe this example is like Elaine asked to you as one of the negative side. And
Yeah.
maybe you find it in Oradea, or maybe you or your community especially can decrease the effect of the tourism?
Yeah. I think it's not that high, as we said, Oradea is just growing, but it will probably lead to what you're saying, that you lose your identity, because if you go to local communities, if you go to, for example, if you go to small villages where you can see people doing pots, they're still, but it's of course they're not doing for commerce, they're just doing it for they're not selling. It's not a way of living, because these days I think it's very difficult to produce in a mass, and to sell it, because, there is the competition of other countries. But they would do it. And I think in the smaller villages around Oradea, if you go, there are still activities like as you said, you could see how handcrafting, objects, and how wood is being so you see examples like this. Also in Oradea, there are some activities where you can but probably, yeah, in the future, as you said, as you in Bali encounter, probably we will have the same because there will be other countries and other investors coming here that don't know about Oradea, don't know about Romanian traditions. They will just come and offer a better price or a better tour somewhere, and probably you will not know, or I will not know. They are not locals, no? So yeah, this I think also it should be helped, and it should be handled by the municipality, to allow only investors who are at least striving or trying to keep and preserve the local traditions, or involve people from for our place, at least I don't know, to have a percentage of 40-50%, only people who are in that from that area.
Okay, thank you, Amalia. And then one question more for me, because I think it's a principle. Because how can tourism in Oradea can limit the negative side is because your people really proud about the culture, about anything that you are produce or anything that you have. But maybe it will be different with in the other area. And maybe you can share with us, maybe like when we go, when we visit the medieval festival, it's sometimes it's like a throwback to the our memory,
in time.
in the past like this.
Mhm.
But I seen that a lot of people come to this festival, and they came from what is it, wider range of age, from the
Mhm.
children until the older one can feel so interest to come to medieval.
Mhm.
And it's giving what is it, giving us the picture that all of the people in Oradea feel so proud about their local. Nah, maybe you can share with us how Oradea can persuade all the people be proud of them.
Mhm. Of the culture and of the
Yeah,
tradition.
yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's not fourth or fifth year already taking place in Oradea,
Mhm.
and it's one of the biggest in Romania actually. So people from 9 countries come in this festival. So it's a very good opportunity for us to see, you know, how it was in the medieval times, as you already mentioned, yeah. But I think this comes also with the knowledge and with the culture that you have, you know, because if you know about medieval times, how it was like, you know, you read in history books, you understood it, you know, and seeing in real life, and it's a very good. This is like, you know, going to it's another example, going to the zoo, you know, and seeing exactly the comparison, making the comparison. So I think Romania and is proud of the history. You know, we've been a country that have been you know, through a lot of wars, a lot of, you know, occupation. Maybe you saw in my presentation. So Oradea was conquered by the Ottomans, the Turks, then the Austrians and Hungarians. So many civilizations and many people have influenced our part, especially, as I said, our region. So probably we have learned from this. You know, we have from each culture that has passed or has been here. We have enriched our knowledge and enriched our history also, because as you said, as you saw, the buildings, most of them were built by Austrians or Hungarians architects during their occupation, when Oradea was occupied by them. So in this way, probably the cultural, as you said, the cultural part also helped. And through these festivals, I think the people are trying to get an idea, you know, especially for kids, who these days, nowadays, kids don't. So going together with your child in a place like this, and trying to revive the historical, you know, like 1500, you know, what happened in the centuries ago, probably would drag their attention and would be curious, you know, would be like, let me see that, you know, what happened there, why is that like this, you know, what they're wearing their helmets. So I think in a way it's a good, it could trigger, you know, at least curiosity from the kids. So as I said, as you said, uh, the cultural part would be driven by this, so to say, by these activities. And I don't know, I hope also the Romanian and the cultural, they will be proud of our origin, you know, and keep it as it is.
Okay, Amalia, because maybe it will be different because nowadays kids really curious with their gadget. Yeah,
Yeah.
depend depend on their reality life. So it's make me feel so interest to come in this event like this. And
It would
then
be very nice.
yeah, because it's like a new experience for me because in Indonesia maybe it's really hard for us to take our children join in the festival like this, especially in cultural event. And
Mhm,
then we have one question came from Carmelita. I already sent to you also,
mhm.
but I will read this. Good morning, good afternoon, Madam Amalia. In Oredia Tourism, how does the government bridge the gap between economic progress with the negative impact of tourism, especially in the environment?
Mm, yeah. This so I will say from my point of view what we see here in Orada, as you said, because Orada is quite unique. We don't want to, probably you know about Romania. So Romania is an ex-communist country with a lot of communist buildings, and Oradea was lucky to have in the period when it was occupied in the Second World War, not the buildings were not destroyed. So what you saw in my presentation that the buildings remained intact, because in the Second World War they were not bombed, or as it happened in other parts. So as I said, we are lucky from this point of view. So we got to keep these buildings, and now they have been renovated in the last, I think, 15 years, or rather has been reborn, so to say. So people who came 15 years ago in Oradea and come now, they would not recognize it. It is true. Many people from Oradea, from Romania, say that, and it's even on the news, that so Oradea is lucky from this point of view, as I said, because they got the old buildings that they could renovate. Then we have a very good municipality center that they applied for the European funds. So since the European Union, you can get funds for anything almost, but all you have to do is have the people involved, write projects, apply for the projects, and then implement the projects. But for this, you need a lot of people, hardworking people, and also risk a lot, because you also invest some money of the municipality. So the municipality of Oradea, what they did was build or have an office in the town hall. There is an office who only writes projects, European projects, to apply for the funds. This is what they do. So the mayor understood that this is one very important key factor. They write the project and apply for the money. And I think Romania was, after Bucharest, which is the capital, it was the second place in Romania who got almost all the funds, meaning that all the funds that were available in Romania and nobody else applied for them, Oradea got them. So they just it's like a library of projects. They would just write projects and they say, okay, this is the call for, I don't know, for a new road. Okay, this is the project, apply. Then there is a new call for swimming pools, or for schools, for something. They have the project. So what they did, they would just prepare for all the calls there would be. And when the call comes, and when the money, the presentation is, they would just apply for them. So as I said, they got almost more than 300 million euros already. 300 million euros on projects, European projects. So from this point of view, as I said, Oradea is a model in Romania. So many people who come here would be like, oh my God, this is the West, this is Vienna, this is Budapest, because they are building a lot of infrastructure. I think it's the first in Romania to have not, they are building the second ring road around Oradea, around the city. Many people don't even have one, to avoid the traffic in the city. is one of the most, most environmentally, polluting problem. So what they did, they took the transit and all the big trucks outside the city. So this was the first thing they did, and then maybe going and answering, it would answer part of this question. So economic progress and negative impacts of tourism. So economic progress, I think it doesn't come from tourism necessarily, because Oradea is not a touristic city as we speak now. It's not, they're not living from tourism as you do probably, or as Bali is doing. So we are just trying, maybe to get there, but Oradea being it's a very strategic position on the western part of Romania, because, for example, there is a new factory, the wheel tires, Nokian tires. I don't know if you heard of it. It's I think Finnish company. They built a company in Oradea just because they have the infrastructure. Oradea has the infrastructure, and they have all the roads and all the means. They can build here, and they just take them anywhere they want. So probably from this economic progress, Oradea is not focusing only on tourism. It's focusing also on industry, and there are 4 industrial parks. So many companies come the municipality also gives them incentives and the tax, very low tax, just to come and have their factories based in Oradea. So the negative impact on tourism and the environment, I think there are some also in Apuseni Mountains, as you saw in the presentation. There are many people from Hungary who don't have the hills and the mountains. So the people from Hungary come to Oradea because they don't have the landscape to do hiking. They like a lot, Hungarian people, they like a lot to hike, to go on the mountain. So they would come to Apuseni Mountains just to do the hiking, and there are a lot of cabins, a lot of people who can, a lot of lodges, a lot of accommodation done and already been implemented in such places. And I think the people are, more and more aware of the garbage or all the things living around. Oradea and the neighborhoods, people. You would rarely see garbage thrown on the streets. So people are becoming more and more aware of this, and I think it's an example. If you see something thrown, you do the same, of course, because you say it doesn't matter if it's one cup more and if it's one bag more thrown. But if you don't see that, I think it makes you behave the same or do the same as the others. So yeah, probably I could get to some of the. I'm not aware of the government bridge and how it is, but as I said, Oradea is an exception, and we are quite lucky from this point of view that something is happening, and it's happening in a good direction. It's in a good way. So people from Oradea are really happy with what is going on.
Okay, thank you, Amalia.
Thank you.
And how, Carmelita? Is it enough? Okay, I think it's
okay.
Answer for you. Maybe once I want to ask you, Amalia, to give some statement to influence us to start and to understanding and to start how and why we must try to implement it about the responsible tourism, especially start with themselves.
So start with ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Responsible, yeah, it comes, as I said, it comes within, it's in ourselves. For the first thing, anywhere we go, you know, I do hikes, I go on the mountain treks many times with my friends, and all the time, you know, having a bottle of water with you, and you have the tendency to throw it because it's heavy on your backpack and you don't want to, you know. But everybody in my, say, especially in my group, everybody would be like, no, you don't, you know, even if you know, you have extra bag, you know, you have an extra backpack with your the food, lunch, and all the water you have with and all the plastic bags. And even so, you know, even if you saw a plastic bottle on our trail, on our route, some of us would pick it and would take it with us. But I think it's a small community. Okay, I'm not speaking about everybody. They're not the same. There are exceptions too. So, of course, it comes, and as I said, with the power of example. If you do that, probably your kid will do it, and your peer around you will do it. But probably it's a small step. But at least you are trying, at least, or you are going to the first or to the right direction. So and as tourists, as I said, you know, you are part of the local community. You know, when they are at home, they feel like you know. And in Orada, as I said, not trying to brag, or not trying to you know, to say too much about it, to be so proud, but people are quite nice, and it's considered you know, even very, people are very calm, you know, even if you're coming by car or something and you don't know if you're taking right or left. You know, in other cities, very big cities, they will start hoaxing, yeah, sure, go, it's green or it's red, you know, why are you staying with your car, you know? So people, you know, rather people would be very calm, you know, but even if you miss, you know, the green part, you know, they will sit behind, especially if they see a plate with a different, you know, a car with a different plate coming from another country or from another region. You know, so in this way, people, I think, are aware that we must behave like this. You know, we must, you know, because as you probably, as we all know, you like to be as you are treated in your region, you would like to be treated in another one, and so on. Yeah, so it's a part of it's a mechanism, or you know, you do good, and in your turn you will receive good. You know, good things happen to good people. I think this would be, you know, some kind of summarizing good idea. And regarding the responsible tourism that as I said, it's promoting local culture and local and heritage. And we've been to, you know, having our conferences at the faculty, the university conferences. We used to take the participants to the nearby areas. So we would go to, for example, to a fish producer, you know, I mean, producer fish, the one who have some lakes, and then they catch fish and they sell it there for right and prepare it for you. I don't think so that would be, I think, encourage the local community, and there are many like this, you know, it's not a single one. I know many people who do this, especially around the caves I mentioned in Apuseni. There are many caves, and around them there would be people who have their own local stores selling local souvenirs. Also speaking about the food, and also some kind of you know, snacks or something around that. So it would probably the communities in those areas could do more, you know, help more probably, because if the competition comes, you know, some other investor comes and they build some big supermarket there, probably they will not survive. But it would be yeah, it would be hopefully in a good, we're going in the right direction. So sustainable tourism and responsible tourism, yeah, is trying to minimize the social impact, the cultural impact, and the environmental impact of this mass tourism. And as I said, probably we don't have mass tourism yet, but if we are going in this direction, then we might have to face it and might have to take some measures. And probably you will give us some ideas, Elia, and because you have experience in mass tourism in Bali and what's happening in Indonesia now.
Okay, thank you so much, Amalia. I think sorry, one more question. Oh, no, sorry. I think it's all, Amalia. We already answered all of the questions for the participants, and I would say thank you for your great presentation today. And I know maybe all of us agree that your story, your presentation, giving us a good influence how to be a responsible tourist to reach the sustainable tourism for our country, maybe. Thank you so much, Amalia. Thank you for your time. And now I will come back to Miss Sally.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Welcome.
thank you. Thank you to Amalia for the awesome presentation and also Miss Elia for guiding the second session. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all from us today. Allow me to say thank you once again to all speakers and moderators and on this day. Also, thanks all participants for still on screen. For tomorrow, a reminder all participants can attend on time on the screen. Tomorrow we can start at 9:45 in Indonesia time, and for participants from other country, please adjust the local country time. For the last, I say see you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much and have a nice day.